A 21-year-old member of the U.S. Air Force National Guard, accused of leaking top-secret military intelligence records online, appeared in federal court in Boston Friday. Jack Douglas Teixeira was arrested by FBI agents Thursday and now faces charges he unlawfully copied and transmitted classified materials. Each offense can carry up to 10 years in prison. The prosecutor requested that he remain in custody until trial. That detention hearing is set for Wednesday. After Friday's hearing, 3 of Teixeira's family members left the courthouse without making comments to a slew of reporters.
Did he like being in the military?
The leaked classified documents were posted to a social media website in March and possibly earlier, but did not come to light until they were reported by the New York Times last week. The leaks included records showing purported details of Ukrainian military vulnerabilities and embarrassed Washington by revealing its spying on allies. U.S. officials are still assessing the damage. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland.
The Department of Defense is leading an important effort now to evaluate and review the national security implications, and most important, to conduct a review of the methods of access, accountability, and control procedures that the department has, so that something like this can never happen again.
An FBI agent said Teixeira had held top-secret security clearance since 2021. Since May 2022, he has been serving as an E-3 airman stationed at Otis Air National Guard Base in Massachusetts, according to the FBI. Reuters has reviewed more than 50 of the documents, labeled secret and top secret, but has not independently verified their authenticity. The number of documents leaked is likely to be over 100. It is believed to be the most serious security breach since more than 700,000 documents, videos, and diplomatic cables leaked by Chelsea Manning appeared on WikiLeaks in 2010.
Today, the Justice Department is announcing significant enforcement actions against the largest, most violent, and most prolific fentanyl trafficking operation in the world. That operation is run by the Sinaloa Cartel and fueled by Chinese precursor chemical and pharmaceutical companies. The Justice Department is attacking every aspect of the cartel's operations. We have charged suppliers in China who sell fentanyl precursors to the cartel, a Guatemalan-based broker who purchases the precursor chemicals on behalf of the cartel, operators of the clandestine labs in Mexico, where the cartel manufactures fentanyl, a weapons supplier who arms the cartel with firearms smuggled into Mexico from the United States, leaders of the cartel's security forces who terrorize communities, money launderers who enable the cartel to fund its operations, and the cartel's leaders, known as the Chapitos, who are sons of the now imprisoned former head of the cartel, known as El Chapo. The charges unsealed today demonstrate the comprehensive approach the Justice Department is taking to disrupt the entire fentanyl trafficking ecosystem. The 23 defendants we have charged in this indictment represent each stage of the movement, manufacturing, and sale of deadly fentanyl from start to finish.
Conservative Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito temporarily halted lower court rulings that set limits on access to a widely used abortion pill. That gives the nation's top court, which has a 6-3 conservative majority, time to weigh a bid by the Department of Justice defending the drug. The move by Alito, who handles emergency matters arising from a group of states, including Texas, maintains the current availability of mifepristone, at least for now. The Justice Department and the abortion drugs manufacturer filed emergency requests earlier on Friday, asking the justices to put on hold a ruling by a federal district judge in Texas that would restrict the pill's access while litigation proceeds. The justices were told in filings that mifepristone might not be available for months if restrictions were allowed to take effect. Mifepristone, approved by the FDA in the year 2000, is used in combination with another drug to perform medication abortions, which account for more than half of all U.S. abortions. Elisa Wells from the abortion advocacy group Plan C told Reuters this week some people have been stocking up in light of the legal battle.
People are buying pills in advance to have on hand, a smart strategy. Some places, some clinicians we know are stockpiling pills so that they will still have the ability to serve patients that come to them. Washington State has purchased 40,000 doses of pills to have on state to help the residents of their state.
The challengers to mifepristone have called the Texas restrictions critical safeguards to a medication they consider dangerous. The Justice Department has said the challengers have no basis for second-guessing the FDA's judgment, and that when used as directed, adverse effects of the drug are exceedingly rare. The top court could issue another order next week after challengers respond.
Protests flared in Paris on Friday after France's Constitutional Council gave a green light to French President Emmanuel Macron's flagship pension reform. It boosts the age for drawing a full pension to 64 from 62. And officials are vowing to bring it into force swiftly. The court's approval comes despite months of street protests and strikes. Opinion polls show a vast majority of people are against the changes and take issue with the government pushing the bill through Parliament without a final vote it might have lost.
What can I say? I'm shocked. We're living in a democracy, and it's not a democracy.
It is time to mobilize, said this union leader, who called on Macron not to promulgate the law. Macron has said the French have to work longer, or the pension budget will fall billions of euros into the red by the end of the decade. Unions say the money can be made up elsewhere, including by taxing the rich more. The Constitutional Council did have minor caveats around peripheral measures meant to boost employment for older workers. It also knocked down an initial proposal for a referendum on the reform. Still, in terms of the timeline, the country's labor minister said changes should start coming into effect by September.
An explosion is heard at a venue where Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida was due to make a speech on Saturday. Police detained a suspect who threw what appeared to be a smoke bomb. Witnesses say they saw an object sailing over their heads, heard a loud explosion, and then clouds of smoke. The Prime Minister himself took cover and was evacuated unhurt, according to public broadcaster NHK. Local news outlets say a 24-year-old male from Kawanishi City was arrested in relation to the incident, but police have so far yet to provide more details on the suspect. The incident happened in Saikazaki, a small fishing town 40 miles southwest of Osaka. The Japanese Prime Minister was being served local specialty seafood just before the explosion, media reported. Kishida's Liberal Democratic Party confirmed he would continue his Saturday afternoon campaign after the incident. By-elections in various regions for the lower house of Japan's parliament are to be held on April 23rd. Political violence is extremely rare in Japan, but security measures were reviewed for politicians after former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot to death last year, shocking a nation unused to gun crime. Kishida is set to host a Group of 7 summit in Hiroshima next month. Japan's foreign ministry said after Saturday's incident there would be no change to G7 security plans.